Okay, greetings. Now, as you all know, at the start of 2020, YouTube started the system, based on the things guidelines by COPPA. This led to channels having to choose whether or not they were made for kids or not, based on ridiculous rules. Now, at first I figured that I wouldn't have to deal with any problems. My videos are mainly, so I haven't posted a single video that's marketed for that's made for kids. Ultimately, I can say, that I had good reason to believe that. And then I remembered that I did make a few anime videos. And unfortunately, a lot of people say that anime is just for kids. Now, the thing is, while I can say that a lot of people think that, I can say I don't think that. But unfortunately, given that it's what YouTube thinks, I marked my channel as made for kids. Now, the thing is, though, I decided I decided this recently, but YouTube made it to where if they think that you lied, and say that, your videos are made for adults, even though with their ridiculous guidelines, they might have even the slightest hint that's for kids, which could be anything from using characters that kids would be familiar with, or even just showing a kid in your videos. That you'd not only have your channel deleted, but you get sued for up to $40,000. And unfortunately, I don't have that kind of money. I don't actually have any money, as I am not legally able to be hired for a job. But I can say that I made the mistake of saying that my videos are for kids, because I didn't want to risk it. If I said that my videos were for adults and YouTube challenged that even the slightest, I would have my channel deleted, and I would be sued for more money than I probably will ever see in my life. So I decided that I should just mark it as for kids, because even though it's going to destroy my channel, it's the safe thing to do. So I did. But then, 3 months later, after COPPA has become a thing, I decided, you know what? I'm sick of this. I decided that I'm going to switch it to make my content being made for adults, because legally my content isn't made for kids. I checked the guidelines, and it said, first off, videos, having kids in your video is one of the things I was worried about. Could I be considered a kid? And then I checked. Once you turn 13, you're legally not able to be considered a kid. I turn 15 next month. So that's a definite way of getting out of that. And the other one I was worried about would be talking about making videos on subjects or having them images of characters that children would be familiar with. And the thing is, today I am going to challenge that. The only things that I have actually had that children might be familiar with is anime. And I'm going to challenge whether today, if anime is made for children. And anyone who's watching this, which, as I can see, maybe one person, that might be counting me, but anyone in the chat is welcome to join the discussion. Now, first off, we need to just say this. There are 3 different stages of life that I'm counting here. Childhood, teenage years, and adulthood. Now, for childhood, we'll consider this ages newborn to 12. Teenager, 13 to 17. Adult, 18 to and up. Now, with that out of the way, let's think about this. Is anime made for kids? Well, the main argument I hear is that it's animated, so therefore it must be for kids. But let's think about this. Does animated mean for kids? Well, let's think of some famous anime. Well, animated things. Family Guy, definitely not for kids. South Park. If you think that's for kids, you must not be. A few screws must be loose up here. Simpsons. Okay, that one I say is for all ages. And a ton of other things. Ultimately, saying that animated means for kids makes no sense. That's like saying if it's in black and white, it's only for old people. Some of the greatest movies ever made are in black and white. If you don't believe that, watch It's a Wonderful Life. Now, with that out of the way, the other argument I hear is that, it's marketed towards kids, which actually isn't the case. Many many of the people who actually make various anime actually say that they are marketing it for teenagers, which makes a lot of sense. I mean, think about it. In Naruto, all the characters are 13 to 15 or up. My Hero Academia, 14 to 15 and up. Death Note. That one actually is more up there, given that the main character is a college student in it, and the real only hero of the story. I'm not even sure how old he is. I might look it up after this live stream because I'm actually kind of wondering. But ultimately, main casts of it are older. But there are anime that market towards children, like Pokemon, one of the most successful anime of all time, and it's marketed towards children, and ultimately that makes sense. I mean, it's pretty childish. But then again, for X and Y, I would say that Pokemon was awesome. Now, with that in mind, I hear a lot of people saying that they're just cartoons. Well, no. Saying that anything animated must be is a cartoon makes not much sense. In fact, I'm actually going to look up the dictionary definition of what a cartoon is. Okay, so I just looked up what the definition of a cartoon is, and actually, it does fit what anime usually is. Now it says that it's a drawing, times animated, that grossly over exaggerates things, which for the most part in anime is right. But it also said that things such as newspapers, comics, and all those things are also counted as cartoons, which well, not exactly newspapers as a whole, but rather the comic section of them. But by that logic, we should saying that anime is something that only kids should want is saying something that the comic section of newspapers, or even newspapers as a whole, just for having them, or comic books, or any animated movie, any of that should only be watched by kids. Now, when you apply this logic, saying that anime is just for kids makes no sense. But also, I'm going to take this with the logical approach. Now, you see, ultimately, anime is like every entertainment genre. Maybe animated, and a Japanese style of animation, but really, can we really say it's any different than any other entertainment? Let's look at TV shows as an example. Some are marketed towards kids, some to teenagers, and some to adults. Yeah. I mean, for instance, just need to think of a TV show. So let's take any kids show, animated or not. Think maybe Blue's Clues. That is clearly marketed towards kids. Then think something marketed towards teenagers. I can't think of any shows that are really marketed towards teenagers, but 1 second. What's a TV show that's marketed towards teenagers?
Like current day? Or like any ever?
Yeah.
Zoe 101, iCarly.
Okay.
Zoe 101, iCarly, Drake and Josh.
Okay, I'll take Drake and Josh. That one I actually know.
You know iCarly?
I know.
Cool.
But I know Drake and Josh better. Okay, so for marketed towards teenagers, let's take one of the greatest shows to ever come out of Nickelodeon, Drake and Josh. Some say it's marketed towards kids, some say to teenagers. Ultimately, I say it makes sense for both young people, kids and teenagers. But ultimately, I'm gonna say teenagers, and for this argument. It's seemingly more marketed towards teenagers, and it makes sense. People would say that show would be for teenagers. Now, unfortunately, this makes no sense since Drake and Josh is a show for kids too, but just take it as an example. It's a bad example, but I can't think of anything that's directly marketed towards just teenagers. Then a show for adults. There are a lot of examples of this. Big Bang Theory, The Office. These are some examples, and the only ones I can think of right now, but they are some of the best shows I can think of. The Office being one of the funniest shows ever, and Big Bang Theory being the smartest show that I know of. Well, excluding Dr. Stone, at least. Now, ultimately, I can say that these shows have a clear demographic, just like with anime. We have Pokemon for kids, say Naruto for teenagers, maybe Death Note for adults. I mean, I watch Death Note; it's my favorite anime, but it is pretty morbid and extremely high kill counts, and very graphic scenes. But ultimately, demographic exists within every single possible thing that you watch. Now, with that in mind, I would like to say before I continue, if anyone is watching this, the chat is open for you to place in your arguments or any arguments for what I'm saying. Now, anime is now saying that anime is for kids is not logical in any way. You're really just saying that it's to make. You're really just saying that any show is just for kids, really, just because you see a lot of younger people watching it. That's how some people assume that it would be for kids. I can say definitively that it's not for kids. It's a genre of entertainment. Like all entertainment, it has demographics. Now let's see. Are there any other arguments for anime being for kids? Well, I can see where some people might be coming. It's animated, and there are a lot of anime that kids do watch. Ultimately, there are some good examples. Pokemon, Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh! Debatably, Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's debatable, though. these are kids shows, but they are good ones, and all of them. The last one's debatable, but they are all anime. So seeing an animated thing that is where that kids watch and seems like a kids show, ultimately I can see where you're coming from saying that it's for kids. But I can easily say that any show is just for kids. And of course, a lot of people immediately shut down that opinion because it's something they watch personally and know that it's not for kids. Because, well, they watch it. I mean, I hear a lot of people saying that I can't judge shows because I don't haven't watched all of it. Or that, and I've heard people say that I can't judge a genre because I don't watch it. Heck, I've even heard people say I can't criticize things just because I don't make it. Yet I hear people criticizing anime as a whole for the same, even though they don't follow any of those things for what they say. Now this is actually getting into another topic on whether anime is good or bad. I've actually heard some people attacking the anime community as a whole recently in one of my classes, so I have plenty of arguments for it. To talk about. But I'm not going to go over whether anime is good or not. That might be a future video, but ultimately, I can say, however, that anime, it's not for kids. And none of the anime that I've mentioned in my channels are ones made for kids. At least I don't think I've mentioned any for kids. So all I can say is, YouTube, you messed up. I looked through your rules, and I found that I'm perfectly safe and untouchable, or at least what my channel is. As long as I don't have anyone under 13 show up in my videos, I'm perfectly safe from COPPA in general. As long as I don't... 1 second, just trying to adjust the camera. Okay. I am perfectly safe from COPPA. COPPA's new rules shutting down my channel. Well, at least I am currently. I haven't mentioned a single thing yet. I haven't really talked about anything that kids would be familiar with. I haven't had any kids in my videos. The only other person I've had in my videos other than me is that guy from the channel Memes to the Max, and he is also 14, I think. Might be 15, might be 14, either way. Over 13, so I can't really have any problems from him being on my channel. So there's no problem with that. So as long as I stay safe, my channel's completely safe. But as we know, YouTube algorithm, it sucks. YouTube as a whole is going downhill. And content creators do get silenced for no good reasons. Now, personally, I would like to say spread the word of my channel. Help my channel out if you can by telling people about it, maybe sending links. One time I actually copied the exact link address of my channel on a piece of paper and then wrote it on the chalkboard in one of my classes. Didn't exactly do anything, but I mean, hey, it might have done something. Ultimately, I can not really say that there's much I can say after this. My channel's safe from any of the nonsensical rules of COPPA. So I'm going so I might oh wait, there is one more thing I can say. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to post this up frequently anymore for a while. Because I lost my phone was broken, and that's what I usually use to record. I'm using my laptop for this. Ultimately, I can say, once I get a new phone, I will start to record again. But ultimately, until then, I'm not going to be able to post frequently. So, not really sure what else to say. This is Random Man, signing off.